So here we have Gracie. We are going to be working on a little bit of Gracie's name recognition today. So I'm going to show you how we start it, how we go over it. Obviously, Gracie is still learning her name because she's still young. She already does know it, but I'm going to show you how we kind of build up to where she automatically twists her head as soon as she hears that word. So we love to make it a little bit of a game in a way. We want to make sure they get a positive reward with their name whenever you say it. So say she's looking up this way, I'm going to say, Gracie. Yes, good girl. Wait for her to make that eye contact, bring her eyes up, meets mine. I say yes, give her that reward. Now you can start off by just giving the reward whenever you say the name. I personally like to make sure she makes eye contact with me when I say the name, Gracie. So I'm going to kind of wait. Yes, good girl. Once she makes just even a touch of eye contact and she looks off, I'm going to mark and reward that. So I'm going to wait for her to change her view. Gracie, yes, good girl. Give her that reward as soon as she looks up and makes eye contact. So she's looking off. I'm going to wait for her to look to the ground. Gracie, yes, good girl. As soon as she says it, that's when I'm going to give her that reward. Come here. What are you doing? Gracie. Yes, good girl. Makes eye contact, give her that reward. Mark a reward every single time. That way if she's looking off in the room, I can say, Gracie. And she's going to look up. Yes, good girl. Make direct eye contact. I give her that reward. Gracie. Yes, good girl. Gonna wait for her to look off. Maybe not. Maybe that won't work. Gracie. Yes, good girl. But I want to be able to kind of move around. Gracie. Yes, good girl. You kind of dropped it. Well, I'm just going to wait to give you another one until you look at me again. So I'm going to wait for her to look off. Shoot. Gracie. Yes, good girl. Wait until she's finished chewing. She is very attentive, so she always likes to have her focus on me, her eyes on me. So this is a little bit challenging for us. Gracie. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Gracie. Yes. Gracie. Wait for the eye contact. Yes, good girl. Gracie. Yes, good girl. So I kind of want her to be able to be walking a different direction. Me say her name and she just whips around, looks right at me. That's kind of what we want in the end goal. Don't think you can really see her anymore. Come here. Excuse me. Gracie, what are you doing? Gracie. Yes, good girl. Wait for her to look another way. Gracie. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Gracie. Yes, good girl. Yes. So those positive marker words, I like to use the word yes a lot. Yes, good girl, good job, things like that. Those are all positive marker words. Come. What are you doing over there? Gracie, you're not going to stay. Good. See? See, you're not going to stay. Gracie. Yes, good girl. I know we like to do this a lot. We really love the repetition. Come. I'll have her come over here. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. That's a little bit of recall. We like to practice that as well. Gracie. good girl. So wait for that eye contact, then give her the reward. Gracie. Yes, good girl. Gracie. Yes. Gracie. Yes. So I want her to look in the other direction. Gracie. Yes. Good girl. Gracie. Yes, good girl. Come on. So I don't want her to think she's going to stay, so I'm going to have her come over and get the treats. I'm not going to keep going over there and giving them to her. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Gracie. Yes, that's a good girl. So I like how she lifted her head all the way up to meet my eyes. Gracie. Yes, good. Gracie. Yes, good girl. So I don't mind feeding her all these treats just because it is a good cause. I want her to be strong in her name recall. Gracie. Yes, good girl. Gracie. Yes, good girl. Gracie. Wait her out. Wait until she makes eye contact. Yes, good girl. Good girl. And then I'm going to end on a quick sit and a down, just to end on a very positive note. Call her over here. Gracie. Down. Good girl. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. Sit. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Miss Gracie. That was so good. And then, of course, always like to end on lots and lots of positive praise. Make sure she feels like she did a good job. Make sure she still likes training. We always like to end on that positive note. Training is absolutely fun for Gracie, so even if we didn't do a whole bunch of praise at the end, she'd still enjoy it just because she does love pleasing and she does love those treat rewards and praise rewards as well. Oh, that's a good girl. That's a good girl. Oh, do you like that? She loves her ear scratched. She kind of just melts. Good girl. But yeah, that is a little bit of Gracie's name recall. Good girl.